Hello and welcome to Looking Glass Letterbox. This is the second video in the Tarot Diarist Snapshot series, and this is where I'm just going to draw some cards every couple of days to dip into the ether and see what may be happening, things to consider, things to look out for, perspectives to check, and things of that nature. In the previous video, it was a lot of intellectual mental activity going on with a little bit of blocked vision, a little bit of self-defeating thought, and a little bit of maybe time to swoop in and take action or make decision, or to beware of doing any damage because you reacted in swift defense without checking your surroundings. So let's see what is happening today. And these aren't date specific. If you happen upon this video and it resonates for you, then you were supposed to listen to it today. It was supposed to be there to help you out for some reason. If you were seeking out that sort of information and you came upon it and it clicks for you, then you know it's not going to do any harm. It's only going to assist you on your way. So let's start with the bottom of the deck for the next few days, and we have the Six of Swords. In the previous video, we were in the Five of Swords space, sort of inner conflict, well-matched conflict, intellectual conflict, self-defeating thought, and now we've moved into the space of the Six. So whatever went down in the past couple of days on an intellectual or perspective level, you know, that's passed through, and now we're at the point of moving on and growth and reciprocity. So the Six of Swords is about transition and rite of passage. So it's about moving on to new shores, taking with you those tools that you need to support you and assist you on your way. And let's see. Having hope at last and travel. So it may be actual physical travel, but you see how there's a rainbow after the rain falls. So it's hope following that conflict, hope following that mental adversity. So there's a clarity of decision and an intellectual relief or release that has occurred that's allowing you now to recover from a difficult time with hope on the horizon, things getting better. It's a time to rest and revitalize, surround yourself with things you find joyful, plan a trip, short or long, get out of town for the weekend, whatever you engage with that lifts your spirits and brings you that lighthearted, playfully minded, you know, sparkling point of view. Whatever does that for you, take this time with the Six of Swords to engage with those things to replenish and recover you from the conflict that's just moved out of influence. Okay? And this is the good luck charm, the animal spirit energy to work with over the next couple of days. That is the Lamb energy. Okay? Beautiful earth energy. Very innocent and youthful and grounded. Let's see. The Lamb is peaceful, prophetic, and patient. So when this is in balance, there's knowingness and inner peace, which you may have gained by moving through that intellectual conflict or thought process that you've just moved through to get to this Six of Swords. When it's out of balance, it's quiet, timid, and concerned. So it's withdrawn and a little bit afraid, a little bit worried, nervous, some anxiety may be bubbling there. So if you're in that kind of a space and it's out of balance, meditation, listen and observe to what's going on around you and assess the circumstances that you're currently in and take the time to recognize them and not sort of get caught on a wave of negativity to where it increases your anxiety, but just to take stock of what in reality is actually happening around you in the present moment. Okay? So the Lamb is the bearer of an important message as well. So there is a message on its way to you. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. So So silence and listening. So not just being quiet and shutting the world out, but finding a quiet space to really pay attention and listen to what's happening around you and just absorbing that and taking it in. The Lamb energy, it's honest guidance. It's, you know, sometimes it's from an old friend, sometimes it's from a young child, sometimes it's, you know, a surprising collection of words that a stranger shares with you. But, you know, it comes to you unexpectedly in you know, in kind of like a moment of like, you know, when you hear something crystal clear and it just resonates, you know, in your mind, and your eyes, you know, pop open because your mind receives the information. You're like, oh my goodness, that's exactly that's exactly it, you know, and it resonates from you, like it rings clear as a bell. You know, that sort of information is on its way to you in the next few days. So though the message may come through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. You know, that bell rings and it's like beautiful, crystal clear, delightful. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen to it. So if you already go to that place of quiet and peacefulness and are paying attention and listening, when the message comes, whatever it is, it'll resonate with you immediately because you'll be in a state of receptivity to hear it. So it's a gentle energy. It's a lot of patience, a lot of reference. It's truthful. So the next few days, just sit and in a peaceful sort of frame of mind in this recovery with the Six of Swords as you move on to what's next for you, so that you can receive that delightful bit of, what's the word? Of, I don't know, just, you know, just that charming, you know, bit of information that's on its way to you. That's going to resonate with you and make a difference in your life, because this is a youthful receptivity, okay, and awareness. So beautiful, lovely. And what else do we have happening? Temperance, transmutation. So whatever that message that is on its way to you, and this rite of passage and transitory period of thought and observation and decision is with temperance. So you are at a point of changing from what you were into what you will be. You're in that transmutory or transitioning phase of activity. So on the other side of temperance, on the other side of this next little space of time, something is going to profoundly change, probably within your level of perception and awareness, and your fundamental story that you tell about yourself and your life and who you are and where you're going and where you've been. Some fundamental transition or change is going to have occurred over the next little while. And right under the Six of Swords, we have the Empress, the point of divine feminine creativity and nurturing and fertility and grace and nourishment and replenishment and growth. So that's following the transition, following the transitory period. Okay, and the alchemy of the temperance. So this is like magical transformation. Not magical as in fantasy, but magical or fantastical into the sense of profound alteration, you know, development and expansion. Following this next little while, you're not going to be in the same frame of mind or emotion or state of being that you were previous to it. Okay? And then we have the Four of Pentacles, and that is a point of stability, the four corners of stability in the real world, in practical application, in your health, in your home, in your work, in your community. The concern here is appreciating the stability that you've gained through your effort in the real world, appreciating it and tending to it and maintaining it, but do not become complacent within it or greedy with it. Know when to release a little bit and reinvest some of that stability to encourage further growth. But But you are definitely going through a period of new foundation, of new establishment, of new experience within your existence. Something significant has changed. Well, I say for you, I mean for me as well. Okay, because this definitely feels like it's applying to me as well. I'm really enjoying this. And then we have the Seven of Cups. So emotions and relationships, emotional response to choices. It may be confusing, it may be overwhelming, and the decision that's to be made may need to connect emotionally and have emotional significance as well. But it's important to assess carefully with the Seven of Cups. Yes, the seven is the point of faith. It's the point of command. It's the point of having a great deal of potential and momentum built up behind you, which you've already, you've built that here, and you have structure now. And you have that to support you in going forward. And then the alchemy of transmutation with temperance. And then the transitionary rite of passage movement with the Six of Swords. So you got a lot of energy and potential built up behind you. So when this choice comes, it's important to take a moment and not react out of pure emotional response, because you want to make sure you're not responding and choosing something that is a fantasy or an illusion, something that's not really there. You have to consider, okay, what is real here? What is not? What's an illusion? What exists in reality? What option can I take active action on? And what option do I just not have the resources to access? What option looks like the one that I want, but actually, upon closer inspection, is not going to result in the goal that I have set? And which one doesn't look like what I want, but when you look a little bit more closely, resonates with you and is more in alignment with exactly where it is you would like to end up, to exactly what you would like to achieve. So take your time with the Seven of Swords. Don't take too long and become stagnant and stuck in that point of initial stability. You still have to move forward. You still have to embrace the evolution. You still have to, pay attention for information and experience and opportunity when it arises, and participate with it, accept it, and acknowledge it. But there's a lot of potential. So if you stand still too long, all of that potential is going to become combustible, and it's going to knock you over and, break apart. So make sure that you're paying attention so that you can engage with it and make the choice that resonates with you emotionally and is aligned with your purpose and your intention on an emotional level. But then also is not some pie in the sky fantasy that you're just going to daydream about trying to make happen. You're going to be able to actively engage and transition that choice into actions that will then allow you to achieve your goals. Okay? Lovely. And let's clarify Temperance. I like the Temperance card, but I'm a Cancer, so I embrace that whole transmutory, transition, rite of passage, change stuff. But, in a contradiction to that, I often find myself in a place of stagnation when initial levels of stability have been found. And I love a daydream. I love to consider all the options available and not really make a decision and just, pretend what would happen if I did choose one in the future. So this is definitely just this is definitely a sign for me to engage more fully and make a decision and allow the transmutation and the transformation and the rite of passage to occur. Okay, so block division, that is about having a bit of blind faith when you're afraid to make the decision because you don't know exactly what direction it's going to lead. You don't have a guarantee. You don't have, a promise that it's going to go exactly the way that you would like it to. So taking that leap, walking that line and just trusting that when you get to the other side, relying on that intuition that you've made the right choice, will pay off. And allowing the space for that alchemy to transform and transmute what was into what is going to be. And the Knight of Wands, charge forward, be active, make a decision, get it off the ground, engage with it, be exuberant with it, be explosive with it, be you know, the Knight of Wands it is a knight, so it is about motion and action. But the Knight of Wands is energy and passion and lust and adventure. You know, so this is, you know, fully engage in the choices that are available to you, or in the stability that you have created. Don't just sit still within it. Engage it, attract other people to it, invite other people, you know, go out and, you know, connect with things outside of that box of stability that you've created that will allow it to flourish and grow and expand and connect in other areas of life. So this is about being present, being seen, being engaged with that stability, that foundation there to support you. And Knight of Cups. So that is about making that choice. Really consider your options. This transitionary period and transmutation, and making decision based on intuition with some blind faith, and being active within the stability that you've already created. I think it's definitely time for me to make a decision to move forward and offer what I have been working on creating that has emotional resonance. Make that decision and offer up myself to committing to that decision and allowing that momentum to drive me further forward. Wonderful. Fantastic. All right, well, if this resonated with any of you guys, please share in the comments. If you'd like notifications of when I have new videos being posted, I've just posted most of the July overviews. I think I still have Aries, Taurus, and Gemini to post, and those will go out tomorrow. But check those out. If you haven't checked out your yearly review, check that out. I've posted that. I posted those in March, and that's based on the Fool's Journey reading. If you haven't checked those out, those are really fun. If you haven't seen the first Tarot Diarist Snapshot, I posted that a few days ago, and that is available in the Tarot Diarist playlist as well. If you'd like to get a personal reading from me, you can do that. You can contact me at looking.glass.letterbox@gmail.com. I do personal private video readings for you, and I have a variety of spreads that are available. So have a glorious day. I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.